Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with City, the animation episode number 2 reaction. Alright, the previous episode was the beginning of the show and yeah, it was a very strong beginning. Funny, just like I expected, like from the same author as Nichijou. And the first episode kind of introduced the characters, and I don't really remember all of their names. I did try to remember them, a few of them in the first episode, but one week has passed. I've forgotten most of the names. But yeah, I'm sure I'll get used to the names. But there were a few characters that they showed, and they showed like obviously just like Nichijou. There's like different like stories going on in the same episode. There was like at least 3 to 4 characters who had like the separate story, mini stories in the first episode. And we met a few characters. A few of them were quite eccentric. I remember that girl who like was touching mushrooms and doing like weird stuff. Then we have the whole that section, the noodles section, where they dropped the noodles into the bag and they were like getting scared of the fact that what the customer is going to say, and then they later realized it's not the customer's bag, but it's that guy, like the owner of the place, his son's bag. So they were, by the end they were like, oh, it's fine then, right. And a few other sections were there. Yeah, so it was quite funny. I'm looking forward to this episode. Let's see what happens here in episode 2. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is a preference, and let's begin. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, football match. Okay. Obina. All right. We lost. Okay. Crazy. Wow, that one person is carrying the team. Okay. Is Sasako here today? Damn! Ah. Okay. That's an. Each of them. Ayo. Yeah. Okay. So who is this Sasago? Is that Sasago? Ayo, what? Alright. Oh my god. Well, now what? What the? Okay. Wow. Hmm. You're right. Oh no. Oh, whoa. Wait, that's the mangaka, right? Yeah. Right. Oh wow. She got that picture. Crazy. Horse racing. Oh no, did she drop it? Yeah. No! What the hell? Hey. Okay, that is the horse racing slip. It probably got. Yeah. Trio. Yep. The winner in the, yeah. What? Oh. She wanted to say that. What? Yeah. Nope. She just goes along with her. Oh. Yep. She. Yes. Wow. On what? Donate. Well, she wanted the donation to be. She wanted a donation to be on herself. Okay, what the hell? Well, because she does some weird stuff and it's like perfect shutter opportunity. It's probably very expensive. Oh, damn. How is it still okay? She fell into the water. Oh, right. Oh boy. Banana. Oh no, what are they doing? Mini skirt? Oh, he's like, so nobody's affected by it, so it's fine. Oh yeah. Right. Hmm. Oh, is it because of that? Hmm. Damn. Not. Who's that? Yo. Wow. What? Instruction. All right. Nah, man. That is. Yeah, where did she get to know this? Oh, oh my god. Okay. Oh no, stop. She looks like a dog. Like, really. Oh, no. He's still there standing, just petrified. Wow. Right. Mitaka Kano. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is like a past, yeah? A recollection. Hmm. Damn. Crazy. She's in the go home club and she. Okay. Bruh. Crazy. Okay, what was that? Hmm. Okay. Well, that gave a common topic for her to converse. Oh. Ah. Wait. Okay, she's gone. Okay. Nah, man, stop it. Whoa. Oh god. Yeah. You're just going home, so let's go home. That's a well blink. Oh no. Oh wow, they actually went to a yeah, you got they're literally going to play God? Okay. Wow. Right. No, you're supposed to play God, so you know. Damn. Wow. Everyone's playing God with their lives. True. That's deep. Okay. Wow. Oh, good point. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, he. All right. Pretty simple. Well, cannot really do anything because he doesn't want anything happening. So, yeah. Damn. Hmm. What? What? Yeah. All right. What in the? What? Wait, what's? Oh, the manga. You want me to heat it up? Oh my god. Thank you. Reality is truly. What? Right. Until the very end. I just realized why it's called bummer because it's like everything that happens is a bummer, I guess, in the manga. That's why. Behemoth safety zone. Right. And now what? Hmm. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh yeah, that person we saw. What? He literally wrote the final. Okay. Right. Well. Um. Right. Um. Oh no. Your manga will continue. Yeah. Ah. Yo. You know what? Yeah, they ended it, so you can start a new. Okay, I feel like he might say something like, "Let's make a manga about this city" or something like that. Okay, never mind. I thought it was going to like go in like a meta direction like that. You, yeah. Hmm. Okay. Right. I genuinely thought it was going to like I don't know like go in a meta direction and they would be like, oh, let's write a manga about this city, and that manga would be the would be the story that we are seeing. I thought it was going to be something like that. Never mind. Okay. Oh wait, there's something left. Oh no, she's back to the. Oh wait, she. Okay, that's it. Oh no, wait, what? What's happening? It's still continuing. Okay, I thought that was it. Ah! Where's the angel part of her? It doesn't exist, I guess. Yeah, there's literally no angel part in her. Wow. Yep. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, is this finally? Oh no. What? Wow, she literally has no angel. I think someone else is gonna come and pick it up at the end. Or the police officer will find it. Oh, okay, finally, maybe. What? Oh no, he's gonna say something even crazier. Wow. I don't think. Alright. Ah! Yep, I knew it. Well, alright. Yeah, you guys took too long. Oh wow, finally. Yeah, you're so damn late. Alright. Okay, there you go. That was today's episode. Well, that was a funny little bit at the end. Okay, so today's episode, we had quite a few things happening. First and foremost, we had the football thing, like where it's the same football match that you know what? Let me bring up the character sheet. I still don't remember the name properly. Um, the guy. What's his name? This is a football match that he wanted to go. That's why he didn't. He wanted a part timer so badly. If you remember in the previous episode. So yeah, this is that football match, and turns out he's a substitute, right? I think I saw that right, right? Yeah, and turns out even if he's a substitute, the whole team, as they explained, is absolutely elementary school level. There's only one person in the team who does very well, and but he's like a glass cannon. He's very strong, but at the same time he gets injured easily. So they wanted to be his bodyguard, but turns out he just ends up tripping in a completely different place and gets up hospitalized. So there you go. And that's it for their dreams, I guess. For making him, the star of the match. Right, that part. And then we had a few other things today, like for example, we had uh, wait, what's her name? Izumo, right? No, Izumi. Izumi meeting Nikura and Nagumo. And they were obviously they were talking about like photography and all that. And Yeah, turns out she donated the money that she got, and right, she just takes pictures, which just looks fun, which makes sense. Obviously, she gets very good angles of pictures, very good. Like she has the the ability to kind of catch a like a picture in a correct moment in the like opportune moment. Like she's like, it seems like she's always ready with her camera whenever there's some crazy stuff going on. So that's why she gets some crazy pictures. And then we had the whole section with the manga ending, and what was it called, Bummer or something like that was the manga's name, right? And it was hilarious because in the end they were waiting for another author to be the one who continues, like starts a new work. That's why his manga got axed. Like it was technically axed because like they had actually no plans of continuing, like they had plans of continuing it, but they had to just end it immediately. So it got axed, and then later on they realized, like, oh wait a minute, the person is injured, so we will continue with the author's manga. So they had to start another new work. Like I said, I genuinely thought that there would be like a meta joke here where they'd be like, oh, let's start a manga about this city, and the manga that people are reading and the anime that we're watching, it will be that. I thought it would be some kind of a meta joke like that, but no, they're just going to write Bummer 2. Right. You know what? I feel like the fans will be so confused. They'll be like, "Wait, what is going on?" They like abruptly ended Bummer 1, and not only that, they're starting a part 2 to it. So what is the point of ending part 1? They would be so confused. you know. Anyways, that was that. There was also another section where we had Nikura, right? Kind of reminiscing about her past as to how she got to know Nagumo. That part was there as well. And yeah, and then there was the playing God part. Um, so yeah, these were today's sections. Also, the after credit scene where Nikura ends up thinking what to do with the money, but it took too long for her to kind of like take a decision that and her angel part was late, so the person who ends up finding it was the person who lost it. So all's well that ends well, I guess. Right. And yeah, so these were today's sections. So as always, it was really funny. I will talk about the sections that I found particularly funny today. For example, let me see. The manga part was very funny. Like they did so much. Like the whole section was like so charged up, and like like they were like, oh, like I'm so sorry, like like we have to end it like this. The author was crying, the editor was crying, and then in the end, you know, the guy, the department head, I think the department chief, he was like, oh, by the way, the person who was supposed to continue the work or was going to get the slot, yeah, that person is injured. So yeah, you tell Sensei to come back again, and we have to continue the story. And I like how he broke the news to him. He just went there and he's like, just kidding. That's how he broke the news to him. It's like, oh, it's a prank. Yeah, like you'll continue it. No, don't worry. Right. And I guess we're probably going to see this person later. The mangaka who was supposed to, who's injured. We did get a little bit of silhouette of that person. So I'm assuming maybe we'll get to see that character later. Or there's another thing I'm thinking. Wait a minute. Is that a reference to Nichijo? Wait. Let me go back. I wouldn't be surprised if that character is, because a lot of shows do this. Like, if there's like, they kind of bring in references from other shows that this author made. Where is that part? Just a minute. I don't find it anymore. Oh, there it is. Okay, so this lady, I'm guessing it's a girl, blue hair. Wait a minute. It's been a while I've watched Nichijou, so I cannot remember if there was a character in Nichijou who had. Okay, is that supposed to be Mio? I wouldn't be surprised if from Nichijou. Let me know. I There is a high possibility that's Mio, because first and foremost, the way they showed that section was very suspicious. They didn't show her face. They showed her from the back. There was like blue hair. Right. Hairstyle is, I think, a little bit different, but and Mio, as far as I can remember, she used to like draw manga, right? Like yaoi manga and stuff. So there's a possibility. Let me know, because I that scene really made me think that there is a high possibility that they maybe this is like a reference to Nichijou, like a character. If this is a character from Nichijou and a reference from Nichijou, Mio probably won't, like this character probably won't be shown after this again. It's probably like a little Easter egg. But if this is like a genuine character in City, she'll probably be introduced later. But I think there's a 50-50 chance this is supposed to be a reference to Nichijou, and that is Mio, actually. Like I said, let me know in the comments. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. Anyways, there you go. So that was that, and then like we have. Oh wait, they said the name, right? Wait. I think they mentioned the name. Just a minute. Let me go back. When they were telling the wait. I didn't pay attention to that section. The name, at least. When like the chief was saying that, oh, this person is going to. Okay. Hmm. Okay, never mind. Daisuke Naganohara sensei. Daisuke Naganohara. Oh, yeah, it is Mio. It is Mio, because obviously authors don't. A lot of authors don't use their name. They use like pen names or stuff like that. Mio's title, I forgot. It's now that I'm checking it out, is literally Naganohara. That is Mio. So Daisuke, what? Is there any character called Daisuke in? Wait. Just a minute. Okay. No, I cannot really find anyone called Daisuke, but I'm guessing that's just like a pen name that she took. You know? Yeah. Okay, I'm 100% sure now. Like, Daisuke Naganohara sensei. That's Mio. Wow. Okay, so she probably won't be shown after this. Okay, just a sec, guys. Alright, I'm back. So, yeah, where was I? Right, so yeah, I'm 100% sure now that is Mio. Still, like, let me know in the comments, like, if I'm correct or not. Because at this point, come on, it's literally the name is there, Naganohara. Wow, that was good. Like I said, I probably wouldn't have guessed that was a reference if I didn't know that Nichijou, but it's pretty obvious Nichijou's author and this author is the same. Like the art style and everything is like extremely, like exactly like it. So yeah, but if for some way or the other, if I didn't know that this was done by Nichijou's author, I probably wouldn't be able to guess it. But I knew that, and I was thinking that there is a high possibility characters from Nichijou might have like small appearances here, like Easter eggs and stuff. And the way they showed that scene was extremely suspicious. They just didn't show the character's face. Like usually, when does animes or mangas do this? When it's a character that will be introduced either later, or it's like some kind of a one-time appearance. And usually one-time appearances and like Easter eggs from other shows from the same author, it kind of makes sense. That's why I was like, yeah, there's a big possibility this is a character from Nichijou. And yep, it is. It is exactly. So I don't think we'll ever see her again, or maybe we will. I don't know. Maybe in the future we will see her again. But we do know that is Mio. Okay, that's fine. I do wonder if we'll see other characters as well. The other Nichijou characters. Maybe we'll see them. That'll be cool. Okay. Now, so that was that. Okay, what else was did I like in today's episode? Like I said, I like the manga part, the whole. Oh, just kidding. That section, and the whole the angel devil part was also very funny. That was very funny. Like she was waiting for her angel to come out, but her angels took so long that I love how this this whole section actually has a good moral to it. Where's that part? And they literally explain it. There's such a good moral to this section. Um, Come on, let me try to find that part. The part where she says, okay. Alright, so yeah, this section. This is the moral of the ending part. 5 demons appear and fail, okay, not that. On top of being greedy and having a half hearted sense of justice and a bad attitude. Yeah, so basically, you know, the half-hearted sense of justice is pretty damn accurate here. Is that you're like, oh, like this seems wrong, but I do want to do this, and you're kind of deliberating in your head, like, should I do it? Should I not? It's like this halfway sense of justice. And this kind of stalled her so much that she was able to do nothing. She wasn't able to heed the devil's advice, nor was she able to heed the angel's advice. And you know what's funny? I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm looking too deep into this, but the fact that the angel ended up coming late was also probably part of her half hearted sense of justice, which made the angel come so late because she was not able to like convince herself that, oh, I should take it. She wanted to take it. That's why she had 5 devils, I think, demons come out back to back. That's how much she wanted to take it. But her sense of justice, her half-hearted sense of justice, stalled her so much that the angel never appeared. And when the angel appeared, everything is done. It's over. So yeah, that's pretty funny. Good lord. Okay, so yeah, that part was very very funny. I like these two sections very much. I also like the part, it wasn't particularly funny or anything, but I really like the part where they showed what's her name, Nikura and Nagumo's connection. How she was there at school, she didn't have anyone to talk about that many things, but then like she saw Nikura, not Nikura, sorry, Nagumo, and she started taking pictures of her, and later on she was able to connect to her classmates because of that. um, and I think that's where the dream ended, right? Yeah, just a minute, let me check. Yeah, that's where the dream ended. She like gets up and she was like reminiscing, and I we didn't really see how they connected after that. I'm guessing they'll probably show that later, because obviously that was just her, like in one way, just like looking at her and like taking pictures of her and knowing her. Nagumo didn't know her at all, obviously, and the dream ended there. So obviously there must be something must have happened after that, how they came to know each other, and how are they like roommates, literally, like something must have happened within that time, right? So now they're like literally roommates living with each other. So I'm assuming that will probably be revealed later. For now, we get to know how they, or how she got to know Nagumo, and how Nagumo's presence helped her get out of her shell and be more sociable with her like school friends, which she wasn't able to do, because as she said, she didn't really have a hobby. And if you think about that, it's true. Like having like like seeing Nagumo and being like fascinated by her made her start snapping pictures of her. So now that she's so like dedicated towards snapping pictures and everything, as you can see in the previous episode, literally they like showed how she was like, oh, like I want to like like I want to do something in the in this whole photography thing. And how Nagumo was like, damn, you have your whole life kind of figured out, right? And she was like smiling and everything. Now this episode kind of shows how much, like like it's put so much context to it, because this shows how she was literally like, Nagumo, she didn't really have anything she particularly wanted to do, but then seeing Nagumo, she like gained a new passion for photography, because she used to snap pictures of her. and that actually became something that she realized that, oh, I actually enjoy this, like I want to continue doing this. And yeah, so in a way you could say Nagumo like kind of gave her like a goal which she discovered. Like she probably, like, she might have discovered photography for herself in the future some way or the other, and she probably would have still gotten the same result. But because of Nagumo, she was able to figure it out a little bit earlier, and she realized like, oh my god, I like doing this. So that. And in a way you could say it's pretty interesting because, like, the girl with Nagumo I'm talking about, who can literally do anything. She can do anything. You see, like, she like goes around like in tennis clubs, judo clubs, and everything. And it's like defeating everyone. She's someone who can do everything, but she's also the person who doesn't have anything that she wants to do. That's like the ironical part to this. Like, it's like, oh, I can do anything that I want, but I don't have anything in particularly that I want to do. So that's why she was kind of like praising Nikura in the previous episode, where she was like, "Oh, you actually have figured out what you want to do with your life. That's so good. Unlike me, I don't know what I want to do." you know. So yeah, it's very interesting, like how the whole, like, thing. Like each people has like their own type of um like things that they struggle with and they don't know what to do with. Like, yeah, that kind of thing. Um. Okay. Now, yeah, that was Nikura and Nagumo. What else was there in today's episode? Nikura telling Nagumo to make that weird face, and they do it, and oh my, that's hilarious because if you like, I like how all of this is connected. Literally in the previous scene, you see the chief who said something like, was doing the spin the wheel thing, and the editor was like, oh, why are you doing this, like, what is, and he's like, oh, don't worry, like, um people don't read our articles, so we are doing this, it's completely fine, like nobody's going to read it, so it's not going to affect anyone. And literally the next scene we see, it's the same magazine, right, that she was reading, that she got the whole duck face from. Yeah, Nikura was reading that, and she probably read something in the article over there, which they were writing by throwing darts in a spin the wheel, and she read that and she tried to emulate it, and this happened. So yeah, obviously people do read your articles. Maybe not a lot of people, but a few people definitely read it, and they're getting affected by the weird stuff that you guys post. Oh boy, I love how he says like, oh, like the people who believe in our magazine's horoscopes. He says, I think he says something like, yeah, don't exist. Right. Okay, another thing I want to read here. I need to check that part out. What was the ending, the ending chapter of Bummer? I think they kind of show it here. Let me read that part. It happened so quickly I couldn't properly concentrate. Okay, so Mr. Bummer final. So the first panel is, do you want me to heat it up? Yes, please. And yeah, the microwave explodes. Then they just give it to him. Thank you. Reality is and a cruel thing, and he puts his leg on the button thing, and it blows up a place. Oh no, his own house, Bummer house. Good thing I leave alone. Good stuff happens too, and that's it. So yeah, it was a very abrupt end, obviously, but yeah, they had no plans on ending it, but they had to end it. But then they're like, all right, we have to continue this again, so let's just make a sequel to this. Right. So I just realized today what is the theme of the manga. It's literally, I guess, the character being unlucky, right? Like that's why it's called Bummer. Like they kind of show each chapter like a small little panels to it, and every chapter has him somehow like being unlucky. So that's literally the whole manga that he writes. And And it's funny because I feel like that's probably exactly how he also lives his life. There's a lot of like situations going on in his life which probably doesn't work out, and he's just like, oh, bummer. And that's how he could write the manga like that. I don't know. But anyways, that was the whole manga section. I want to read that part. Okay. And what else was there? Oh, there was the playing God part where Echan and what was the other girl's name? Matsuri, right? They go and they're like, oh, let's play God. And they wait for people to come. The police officer comes and he's like, I hope nothing bad, like everything continues the way it is. Everything is peaceful. So they're like, how the hell are we supposed to make this wish come true? Obviously, like, he wished for nothing happening. So the correct thing to do here is to do nothing. So, there you go. That's it. They were all planning, like, they were like, oh, if people like ask for like money or something, we'll probably put some money and then we'll make, make his day. Or maybe it's something else. If that person is, like, thinking something like, what did he say? Like peace or something? Oh, if we want to be healthy, they're like, what should we do? And he's like, oh, let's just go and tell them to eat vegetables. Oh boy. You know. So yeah, that was funny. Okay. Right. And what else was there? I talked about the duck face. I talked about the meeting. Izumi, Nagumo, and Nikura meeting. That part was pretty funny as well. Nikura, no, not Nikura, sorry. Izumi literally fell into the water. I like how this is like a whole chain reaction starts. It starts with Nagumo trying to like tiptoe out because she's like, oh, I don't want to wake her up, wake Nikura up, and she wrote that you owe me money, and she goes out. This is where the whole domino effect and the chain reaction starts. He almost bumped into Sensei, and she did the whole somersault, and this scene was captured by Izumi, who was like, "Oh my god, I want to, I want to make that girl my model. She has some very funny things going on around her life, you know." So, and she picks up the horse racing thing, you know. So the domino effect starts here. So after that, we have her seeing that Nikura is chasing um, Nagumo because of the whole like you owe me money thing. And she was like, okay, perfect opportunity to snap some pictures. And then she falls into the water. Then she meets Nikura from there. And then Nikura gets to know that she's Izumi. And she's like, oh my god, make me your disciple. You snap so amazing pictures. And she's like, oh, I don't have anything to teach you. And then Nagumo also comes in. And then she's like, you there. I want you to be my model. Because weird things happens around you, so like I find it pretty funny. So obviously she gives out the main way how she takes so good pictures, which is just snap pictures of things that you think is funny and fun, like that kind of thing. And she does that. Right, and there you go. So that's how these three meet. Okay, one thing I'll need to check. Just a minute, guys. Is it these three who are in the opening? Yeah. So in the opening is these three. The three that you see like dancing. So okay, I guess it makes sense. That's why this episode was like these three meeting. Obviously there are other characters in the story as well, but these three will probably be like the main ones, the main few characters. Just like how in Nichijou we had a lot of characters, but there was like the like Mio, Nano, Hakase, Yuko, and Mai. These characters were like the main ones, and how Nichijou was like divided into two parts, like where we had Hakase and Nano being like a duo up until like the first half, and Yuko, Mio, and Mai being a trio, and then in the mid part they all meet together. In school when, as far as I can remember, Nano starts going school. That part. So I guess it'll be something like that here. Obviously, they had a lot of other characters as well, and in this show we'll probably see a lot more characters later on. but these three will be like the main ones, I guess. Right. And yeah, there you go. That was today's episode. I don't think there's anything else to discuss. It was pretty funny throughout. And like I said, the section that I really liked were the manga section, where they were like, oh, Mio's like, little cameo, or that was very very good. I really like, I liked it. I'm sure maybe they'll do more like Easter eggs cameos like this in the future. I'll try to pay attention and try to understand which parts they are. But I was able to catch the Mio part. Like, it's been a while since I watched Nichijou, but I still was able to guess that, oh, that's probably an Easter egg. Right. And yeah, so that part was pretty good. I liked the after credit scenes part. The devil and the angel part was pretty funny. And not funny, but really good section was Nikura and Nagumo, how they got to know, how they got to know each other, but how Nikura, like, got to know Nagumo like that, and how she literally got like a passion after coming in contact with her, or after getting to know her. She didn't have anything she wanted to do before that, but then she was like, oh, I want to snap pictures. So that part was really good as well. Obviously, it wasn't a comedic part, but it was a very wholesome part. um yeah, and there you go. Now, another thing I want to talk about, I really like, I feel like the author, the stories that this author makes has a very interesting charm to it. Like, it's, and this show as well, now I'm watching this, it's really reminding me of shows that I used to watch in my childhood. Like, like, I used to obviously like shows, like, I cannot really remember their names, but there were like certain like cartoons that I'm pretty sure everyone used to watch, where we had like a city, like this city, and there was like so many different characters going about their own life, and then there was obviously the main character. And like, we used to like obviously follow the main characters, but at the same time we used to see like the other characters doing different things, and like the whole city is like continuing with the life. Like, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a very interesting, like, it's like living in a small little community. Like, when you live in a small little community, like, you'll probably find this more towards villages and stuff. You'll understand that the community is so small and tight knit that everyone in that locality knows everyone. Everyone in the locality knows what the other person is doing and what their situation is. Like, nowadays, in modern cities and like in urban areas, we're just all alone, right? Like, we and our family, that's all we know. We don't know what's happening to our neighbors. But in like villages and places like that, it's like a tight knit community when everyone knows that, oh, you know what, my neighbor is probably it's this time of the day, my neighbor is probably doing this, or my neighbor is probably in a little bit trouble with this, or my neighbor is having a good time because of this. Like, you will know what's going on. You'll know what each and every person is doing. It's kind of like that, and I remember so many shows in my childhood, so many cartoons in my childhood, which had that vibe to it. Because, like, usually animes are just like the main few characters and a few other supporting characters. Like a whole city, like, working, like, it's very rare, you know. But this was not that rare in cartoons back in the days. I can say a few names. Like, I don't know if you guys have watched these shows, but shows like SpongeBob SquarePants is a good shout out, but SpongeBob was more comedy. You could say it was like more weird humor, which I really like. I know, like, and there's a lot of like SpongeBob like fans are like kind of divided. There's a lot of people who absolutely love SpongeBob, and there's a lot of people who doesn't like SpongeBob at all. It depends on their type of humor. I, for one, was someone who absolutely loved SpongeBob. SpongeBob SquarePants. So you can say that SpongeBob is one such example, because if you think about it, it was like the whole Bikini Bottom. We knew each and every character. We knew what they were doing and this and that, what their personality is, all that stuff. It was obviously more catered towards comedy. Another show I can say is like, I don't know if you guys have watched this show, but I used to watch it when I was a kid. Oswald. It's like a story, like a cartoon about like an octopus, like a blue octopus. And I remember the octopus had like a dog. I forgot the dog's name. And it was a very chill type of a like cartoon, but it was also something like that, where we knew each and every character in the place living and what they were doing, what their personality was, all that stuff. A few other examples are probably, I don't know, maybe like shows like Bob the Builder, Noddy. If you have watched these, these are all like cartoons that I used to watch. These type of shows where the characters living in that place, and you know who they are, what their personalities was. This is one of those shows, and it really, I don't know, it kind of makes me nostalgic because it brings up back the vibe that back in the days, I as a kid I used to experience watching these shows. Like, you can see, this is literally, we know each and every, or we are going to know each and every person living in this city and what they're doing, what type of personality they have, and this and that. Obviously we have three main characters, but we also have all these people. So, anyways, I just wanted to talk about this. It really, I don't know, it just makes me nostalgic about a lot of things. Yeah, okay, I'll end it here. That is it. That was my reaction to City the Animation episode 2. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.